Hey guys, coming to you from our new air-conditioned room here in the middle of this sea of chaos. Never done this before, but I just wanted to post a quick video because we do have our live stream coming up tonight. And for fun and entertainment, we're gonna auction a bunch of stuff off live. So even if you don't wanna bid on something, it's still gonna be fun. We're gonna laugh a lot. So it's gonna be at 7 o'clock Chicago time. And I'm gonna take a second and just show you a few or actually I'm going to show you everything that we're going to auction tonight. So there's 25 items, and we had a live stream one time before and I kind of didn't announce it, and the turnout wasn't as high as it had been in the past, so I knew that I needed to get this out. I wanted to do it yesterday, wasn't able to do it, but yeah. Another thing is, we posted having expensive equipment in here on the same day we posted about a break-in, and a lot of people were commenting that, you know, it's too dangerous to keep this stuff in here. So there's a couple things that I wanted to mention. One big one is that there are some security measures here that we can't talk about, because if we did, then they would be, they wouldn't be effective. So there are some very effective security measures in the building now. And so you can rest assured that if somebody comes in, there's a very high likelihood that they're going to get caught. Very high. But this is my travel case. It's a carry-on case. But the thing about all of this equipment is that it's all really small. And I can pack virtually everything that you see here, with the exception of the little LED light, which isn't super valuable, and the tripods. But the actual expensive pieces, it all fits in that case, and I can take it home at night. So it is not staying here in the building. And so I don't want anybody to worry about that. So I know a lot of, some people were worried. Some people were just trolls saying that it was real misguided what I was doing. But I'm kind of a minimalist, which goes against everything you guys probably know about me owning a giant building with a whole bunch of stuff. It sounds absurd, I know, even talking about it, but outside of this building, I have a motorcycle and I have some camera equipment. I don't really own much else. I just keep it real simple. But yeah, so the live stream is at 7 p.m. tonight, and I wanted to just give you a quick little walkthrough of all the items in case you see something you might be interested in. And remember, it's just for fun. Some of these I picked up in Polish flea markets. They might go for real cheap and I'll lose money on them. But I have this dream of someday having some kind of little antique showroom in here. And this will be kind of a good indicator if anybody even cares about stuff like this, because I'm just picking up all the like really cool vintage stuff. I have a bunch of furniture. I gravitate towards the big stuff, as you can tell. And I can't bring that over. A lot of this stuff I didn't even bring over with the intention of selling. I brought it because I liked it and I thought it would have a place in the building, but I can always bring more stuff over. And someday I really hope to start bringing containers over and selling those. So enough of that. Let's just go ahead and take a little cruise around. All this is still in barn fresh condition. Before the show tonight, I'm gonna try to like wipe them down and get them a little bit more presentable. That really nice blue wall that Bob gave me in that room is a great backdrop. So yeah, let's have a look. And there's no particular order in this, but the auction is kind of laid out in a way where the more important things to me, the stuff I like the most, is toward the end. So, but they're laying here like in a random assortment. So we showed this steel sign in a video when I was cleaning out the room that's with the tin walls, and it was part of I think it was a heater actually. But the reason I liked it is because it's got this convex X shape in it, and it's got the technical diagrams right on it, and it's got amazing font. It's really old. It's an American-made product, and I just thought it was kind of a cool, like, little neat sign from the building. So this is cast iron. It's dirty right now. It's for hanging cups or tools in a kitchen or something like that. It's got that shabby chic farmhouse kind of look. And it is porcelain enamel. And the thing I think is, I mean, the thing that comes to mind is like a 5-pound bag of sugar, because it's really heavy. So this is German. It's a letter slot for a door. It says brief on there, which I think is the plural word for letters or documents or something like that in German. Here's a fire extinguisher sign. Very naive. Somebody did it by hand. And this was in the building. So I'm wondering if at some point this was actually here. It wouldn't have been 1919 original to the building, but yeah, probably it was used here. We've got a old chemistry lab piece. This would have came from an Eastern European chemistry lab, and it's designed to hold a test tube. And this just scrolls back and then opens up and cinches down on the test tube, and then you can put a heater under it or whatever. But it's got a really nice patina, pretty old. And what I used it for was to just sit on my desk, and I would hang my wristwatch on it. But my wristwatch band broke, and I don't have a watch anymore, so that can go. This is US. This is from here. I bought it in a nearby town. It's a drafting lamp. It's really cool. It's really old. The really old machinist and task lamps bring a lot of money, like on eBay and stuff. So this is, I don't know what it'll go for. It might not go for very much in our auction today. All of the lamps basically need to be rewired. So, but yeah, so that's that. This came off a German farm. It's like a doorbell for a German estate that's actually in the country of Poland now. But for a while, Poland was part of Germany, sadly. And but they got it back, and there's all kinds of farms that were built for a period, and this came from one of those farms. Here's another extremely old. This is very early task lamp. I don't know the decade, but it's got a beautiful patina to it. It does need some steel wool and, you know, clean it up a little bit and put a clear coat on it. And it does have the ceramic insert for the bulb inside, but all the lamps that are from Poland will have European plugs on them. You could just snip that off and put an American plug on it, but they need to be rewired. So here's another one. This is a lamp. It's either an original or an imitation of E-Coal. It's a Bakelite lamp, and it's really cool. This is not the original shade, but the shade really does work with it. And it's in there, it doesn't fall out or anything, but it's a little bit wobbly. So, but the cool thing about this lamp, that would be easy to fix. You just brace it up there. It can be a desk lamp, or it can be over a door or whatever. So the push button is long gone, but there are ways around that. You can put an inline switch on it, or you know, whatever you wanted to do. These are barn fresh finds, so they're not incredibly prepped for resale, but that's kind of what's fun about it. So they're finds. Here's a really heavy duty, I think it's brass. I'm not sure. I don't even know what it went to. That's the mechanism. And it was just in the building. It could have been on one of the doors here. I don't think so, because it just has a different aesthetic than other stuff I've seen in the building. But it's really big, really heavy, and could be just a shelf sitter. Who knows? Just quirky little thing that I found I thought somebody might like. We got this oil can, which is an old Cargoil oil can. This is something that you want to be very careful if you try to clean. Any scrubbing at all will take off the graphics on it. It is still legible, everything. It's kind of dented up. If somebody's beginner getting into oil cans and stuff, that might be good. Not super premium. The lid is still present, so it's all complete. And yeah, it's kind of neat. Okay, so this is one of my favorite things here. And you'll see how well it photographs. It is a beautiful old desk lamp. And this is the kind of thing that interior designers definitely seek out. It's just got something special to it. So it's got the articulating arm there. It's got the heavy base on it. It's adjustable down here and it's adjustable there. It's basically just tension, based on tension. So you just position it where you want. And the lines on it are incredible. So I am really sad to see that thing go. Here we've got the top of one of those big wooden spools, you know, that people make tables out of, or tabletops or whatever. I saved it because it has really awesome branding, Westinghouse, and it's just like an American company. So it was manufactured in Peoria, Illinois, which is just a couple hours north of here. And it's incredibly thick. You can make a tabletop with that, but it's got these fastener holes. Those are perfect for just mounting it right to your wall if you've got like a industrial vibe going on in your space. Okay, so here's another one that is really special to me because this came out of a copper mine. It's kind of dusty right now. Let me see if I can. I need to wipe all these down. But it came from a copper mine in the area of Poland where I live. And it was the... Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Working hard?
Kinda.
Hardly working?
You don't have to work very hard to sweat in this place.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so these basically in those long shafts in the mine that these things would hang up. And I just think it's great because it's got that perfect industrial color. And the stencils just make it, right? They just make it. And it's got the really cool hardware that you almost never see anything like that. So it's got the hook there to hang it from. And because it was from a mine, it's really well made. I think you could just attach into that and this thing would work. You wouldn't have to like rewire the guts, just ready to go. So this I found in the building. It's a little piggy bank. No cash in it. But it's from one of the old, either a post office box or a bank vault or whatever. I don't have the combination, sadly. But if you turn this, you can feel the tumblers. You can really feel it. So it's probably 2 or 3 numbers. If you spend a little bit of time, you could probably get that open. Or the other thing is you could just take the screws out in the bottom and look back there probably. In one of my earliest videos, I went to a nearby town and I was going through an antique store. You could probably find that video. But this is an extremely early battery charger. And way overbuilt, but not very safe because everything was exposed. But this wire has to go. I'll probably clip it off. Unless whoever the winner is wants to keep it. So there's a fuse there, and back in the earliest days, I guess that's what they would use to charge a battery for those really old cars. So that's some kind of heat sink or something. I don't know what that is. I don't know anything about it actually, but it's really cool. It looks great on the shelf. But as with everything, just 2 days in here and it's covered in dust. So let me see if I can get in the light. Okay. So with things like lamps, industrial lamps, I can find those actually much more easily over in Europe than I can here. So there's a lot of them. Even something like that I can source. So a lot of these things are not heartbreaking. But occasionally there's some things that you're not going to find another one. And this is one of them. This is a really old World War I, either individual or mass grave marker. So it's steel, and yeah, they're carried on a ring through this hole, and pretty unique. I've never seen one before, so I bought this at a swap meet for Militaria, and it was just so interesting to me, and kind of gothic, and like had real history to it. And you see a lot of World War II stuff, but not a whole lot of World War I stuff still floating around. So I picked that up, and I have zero idea of what that is worth. Zero. Could be 25 bucks. Could be way more than that. I don't know. I guess you guys will let me know. It is what it is. It's worth what it'll bring. And this is something kind of unique. I bought a bunch of stuff from an old carnival in Poland. So it was like from the 60s. So it was like Iron Curtain days. And it was kind of like a bootleg little carnival. And I got all of these gigantic, super heavy steel plates that went around the carnival ride. They would just hang up on the little fence around there. And they were all painted with American cartoons, like Warner Brothers and stuff. There's like Jetsons and the Gorilla, I can't remember what his name is. There's Mickey and Minnie and Pluto and all kinds of cartoons. And this is the pack of stencils to make the artwork. So, you know, because stencils work, there's like several layers. First you spray paint over the first one, and the next one, and the next one, and then you've got the image. You don't have to color it in or paint it or anything. So there's a whole bunch of different characters, and we were wondering as a collection, because what it's got going for it is incredibly unique. You will not see this again. It's art related. It's vintage. It's from a country under the Soviet influence, and you know, it's Cold War era, and yeah, just who knows what something like that is worth. So during the auction tonight, I'm gonna make a video and kind of show all the characters and all that stuff. So we actually kind of have a bet on whether it won't sell at all or whether it'll bring a bunch of money, or whether it'll just bring a little bit. We don't know. So we've got kind of running bet around here for everybody that's working today. So okay, so I've got these two metal signs. This is US. I bought it in a flea market in Poland, believe it or not. It's Burr Oak Tool and Gauge Company in Michigan, Sturgis, Michigan. It's cast aluminum. It's got the mounting screw, so really easy to put on your wall. And it is really, really thick cast aluminum. And I saw that and I just thought, that's in USA, I need to take that home. But the weird thing is this sign right here, because I posted this recently on a quick video, and you guys told me that this was also like a tooling company out of England. So it's got the mounting brackets as well. It is way thicker. It's like really thick cast aluminum. But I found it kind of odd that on two occasions, in two different locations at two different times, I happened upon machinist signs. And I think machinist stuff is pretty collectible. I know that a lot of people seek it out at the flea markets and stuff. So this was a sign that I found in the building. It looks like somebody had cut something with a skill saw and ran a cut across it. It just is what it is. It is painted white on the back, but it's just single-sided, hand-painted, vintage private light keep out sign. Bob said that they sell these billiard balls to this day in this exact same package. This is not a complete set of billiard balls, But they are very old. It's just a random assortment, and it's more than you would get. There may be a complete set in there. I haven't even looked, but there's like, everything is yellowed, which I think makes them look beautiful. Doesn't quite translate on camera or whatever, but they have this really awesome kind of patina. And so that's just a lot there all together. Okay, so I got a set of these celluloid apothecary jars. So they're kind of pre-plastic or whatever. And there's a set of 6 of them with the lids complete to go. They're kind of like a cult thing for Poland. So they're very identifiable for people in their childhood that, you know, these things were around. So, yeah. I'll see if I can insert a picture of those. And then we've got, dun dun dun, our motorcycle helmet collection. They're super dirty right now. These are small. I guess back in the day, people just had smaller heads. But as I go through flea markets or whatever, I pick them up. This one is my absolute favorite, just because if I get the color of it, the way the white has kind of yellowed with age, it's got a really nice patina. And we've got one with stars on it, like Evel Knievel. Got racing stripe, another racing stripe one. And I guess, like I said, people's heads were smaller, so don't buy them if you want to wear them. They're just for display on a shelf. Collection of 5 of them. Okay, and one of the, I love this just because it's so quirky, and it's been the subject of endless discussion here. Because this is from Poland. It was probably in a junior high or in high school somewhere. It's handmade. Somebody local made it for the school. And it's basically just made out of rebar. It's steel numbers with, I don't even know if those are, I guess they're kind of stickers. Some kind of, I thought they were painted because of that, but they're metal plates. And then they would be at sports events, and they're just so funky. They're unique because you will not see these anywhere else. This is the only one in the United States, I bet, like this from Poland. It works so well if you're a sports collector or whether you're into industrial stuff or whatever. And it's from beyond the Iron Curtain, Cold War era sports. Remember when like sports was so important between the U.S. and the Soviet Union, and it's just, I just love it. So somebody else might look at it and think, what is that? That is not worth $1. But it's quirky, it's unique. You'll be the only one. And we had 2 of them. Actually, we have 2 of them. We're only going to auction this one tonight. And then I have a little announcement because we're going to do a second auction that's not a live stream. It's going to be on highbid.com. And that's the stuff that I'm not sentimentally attached to. It's just stuff from the building. Because, you know, like all kinds of random stuff are in this building that as we're going through it. If you just look back over the videos, it's shocking. And so my friend Jake got his auctioneer's license, and we got an account on highbid.com, and we're just going to list all kinds of stuff there. So if you want to support me, you can go there. And what we wanted to do is test kind of the response of this stuff just through my channel, just through you guys, as opposed to what can happen there. So once all of the items are uploaded to that auction, I will post here on the channel a link to that high bid auction, and we'll be able to compare. You guys during live stream, that on a more broad general auction that's basically available from anywhere in the world, and we'll see how the 2 compare. So that's the plan. But this one tonight is going up for sale. This is the neat one because it's got like a little bit more character to it. So probably my favorite item, and I don't know why. Okay, so I have some calculations to do, some math to do. I'm basically like, I'm in Illinois. I'm going to go to ChatGPT or Google or whatever, and I'm gonna see like, how much does this cost to ship to New York and then to the West Coast, like basically the 2 furthest parts. And I'll put the measurements and the weight in and all that stuff. I got a postal scale. And whatever it tells me is the shipping that's where we're gonna start the auction. So if it's like, 25, it might be $30 to ship, that's where we're gonna start it at. So shipping will be included in it. And yeah, I'm really excited because it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a chance to laugh again. And like I said, I have a dream someday of doing antiques here, and this might be a neat little test case to see. I mean, shoot, if we can raise a little bit to chip away at the parking, because this is for raising money to chip away at the parking lot cost, to raise the money for that. And if it produces just a little bit to chip into that, maybe I could calculate how many auctions would I have to do to finally meet that goal. 614. But then we can do that. So tonight at 7 o'clock Chicago time, Central Standard, we're gonna go live. Now, one thing I needed to say was, in the past we've had a little bit of trouble getting live going right on time or whatever. If we don't go live right at 7 p.m., you know that we're panicking here trying to figure it out, our blood pressure rising and all that stuff, trying to get live. But we're still going to work on it for at least an hour if we can't go live. But the last few days I've logged in, tested, did a test stream, everything worked, everything's good. So hopefully at 7 o'clock or maybe 7:01 or 7:02, we're going to be live. So come join us. It's going to be fun. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.